had my Ultrahuman ring for 5 months now, so let me give you my honest review. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mina. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing my honest thoughts about the Ultrahuman ring. I've had it for 5 months now, like I said, and I'm just gonna share my experience with it. I would say I live a pretty active lifestyle, so in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing how I integrated this ring into my daily life and my honest pros and cons of this ring that I've noticed over time. If you've been debating getting an Ultrahuman ring, right now, June 16th to the 30th, they're having their biggest sale yet, and you'll get 15% off when you use my code at checkout. I'll have all details in the description and at the end of the video, but let's get back to the video. Before diving in, I just want to be super transparent with you guys. I purchased my brother an Ultrahuman ring on Black Friday in November 2024 because we both really wanted it, but I just decided to buy him one for his graduation gift. So I didn't buy myself one, I just bought him one, and he fell in love with it and he loved it so much that I actually was about to purchase one, and Ultrahuman actually reached out to me. There obviously are some cons just with every product, so I'm still gonna be super honest with you guys, but I just want to preface that because I do have a discount code with them that you guys could use if you want to purchase one. So let's get into this Ultrahuman ring review. Okay, so the ring I got is the Ultrahuman Ring AIR. It is just 2.4 grams. It is super lightweight and it's from a lighter jet green titanium. It is hypoallergenic and also water resistant up to 100 meters. Sometimes I literally forget about wearing it, and sometimes I really am bad about charging it, but the good thing is that battery lasts for about 3 days, which is so amazing. But it tracks you from sleeping, from working out, and day-to-day activities, and always checking on your stress levels throughout the day, which I personally love. So basically the way that this ring works is it has all these sensors inside of the ring to track all the stuff that I'm going to tell you guys about. There's certain fingers that you're supposed to put this ring on, and it's supposed to fit very snug. So as you can see, there's not that much of a gap at the top, and basically this ring is supposed to fit very snug so all the sensors fit perfectly. And before purchasing this ring, they do send you a sizing kit so you can wear it for a couple days before you purchase it, so you don't order the wrong size, which definitely wear for 3 to 4 days to make sure it is a good fit, because you don't want this sliding off. This is not difficult to get off, but it's not moving, especially in the water. Like, you don't want your ring to fall off. You definitely want your ring to be a little snug. I also wanted to add, what I'm going over in this video are just some of the features that this ring has, and they are constantly adding more features with the new updates, which is so amazing how this ring is always improving. So now let's get into the key features and benefit that this ring has. For me personally, there are 5 key categories that I love about this ring that I'm going to be going over. There are also other power plugs that I'm going to go into later on, but those are the 5 key categories that I'm going to be spending a lot of time in. Feature number 1, sleep and recovery. I think this has been so beneficial to actually get a really good night's sleep. It honestly has been game changing for my sleep schedule, and I love it. Over time, your ring kind of syncs with your body, and to see how much you actually sleep, this is based off sleep phases. So basically your ring kind of tracks how much you're in deep sleep, REM sleep, light sleep, or awake. So it kind of figures out how rested you are, which honestly is so nice. And then it also gives you expected bedtimes that you should go to bed and how long you should be sleeping, so your body feels rested. Ever since trying to get in the routine of listening to my ring about when I should sleep and how long I should sleep for, I wake up feeling so rested. And one cool thing about this sleep feature is it actually detects naps and adds to your sleep score if you do take a nap, and you don't even have to log your nap. Like, it will literally track exactly how long you've been sleeping for, which I think is super cool. And every day you get a dynamic recovery score, which basically uses HRV, your resting heart rate, your skin temperature, and your stress rhythm to kind of determine what your score is. And this score basically tells your body how much it has recovered during the night. I love this score because honestly, it is the best way to figure out when you're sick. Your ring will probably know when you're sick before you know you're actually sick. It's insane how the technology literally checks your skin temperature every morning, and it could tell when you have a slight fever and when you're about to get sick, and it tells you things that you could take action to try to progress your sickness, or even like some remedies to possibly help you, or even simply just tell you to sleep more because your body is not recovering and it's getting sick. It's literally insane. I have been sick with my ring, and I feel like it's so cool how it could tell that my body is really tired and that I need rest and that I'm sick. I don't know how that technology is, but I think it's so cool. I also want to mention, I'll talk about it a little later, but for women, I think this feature is really cool because it does help you cycle sync, which I'll go into like women's health, but that is one thing that like goes into account for your body recovery, which I love. Okay, next thing is activity and fitness. So basically the ring tracks your daily steps, your exercises such as like your heart rate during the workout, and it also determines what zone your heart is working throughout your workout. It also gives you a summary at the end of the workout, which I think is cool, so you can see where your heart rate was during the whole entire workout. I do want to mention one con con about this is when you're walking on a walking pad and you're not swinging your arms, your ring does not detect you taking steps, because me personally, I like to work from home, so I'm on my walking pad a lot and I'm usually typing and doing stuff on my computer, and it doesn't keep track of the steps. But I did notice with your Apple, if you like have an iPhone, it does integrate with your Ultrahuman Ring, which is really cool. So if you walk with your phone in your pocket, it does pick it up that way. But obviously it can't really detect you moving as much, but I do still put it in the workout mode, so it tracks my heart rate and kind of gets more steps in like that. But I did notice it's not as accurate when you do use a walking pad. Another cool thing is that it actually tracks your VO2 max, which basically measures how efficient your body is using the oxygen when you're working out, which is a really cool feature, especially if you're trying to get into your health and wellness era. When you want to work out, it's really easy to just track your workouts, because you just go onto the app and hit the plus and go to workouts. There's a whole bunch of workouts that you can select, and once you find the workout you want to do, you just hit start and it automatically starts tracking your workout during the whole entire session. But I do think sometimes if you want to switch in between different types of workouts, say I'm doing the Stairmaster and then I wanted to track functional strength training after, you do have to switch in between, which I personally think is a little annoying, instead of doing like one full session at the gym. But also I like to track exactly what my heart rate is at certain workouts, so I think it's just a personal opinion. The nice thing about the ring is sometimes you might forget to put a workout in, and for it to track it, it will automatically sense you doing some physical activity and pop up at the top of your app so you can add the activity. But I just think it's more of a personal preference when it comes to how you like to work out. For key feature number 3, it's heart health monitoring. I honestly think this ring has a really cool key features when it comes to your heart health. I feel like being able to detect some of these things could really be beneficial for you. For example, it tracking your heart rate at night, it could really help you if you have like sleep apnea and things like that you're able to go to the doctor to get future diagnosis from, which it doesn't diagnose you, but you're able to look into all these analytics that it gives you and take action on it. Your ring in the background tracks your heart rate at all times, so it's really cool to see how your heart rate reacts to physical activity, day-to-day activities, emotional distress, and all these things, and it kind of combines it into one section where you're able to kind of see how your heart is acting during the day. And also I feel like this is one of the ways it's also able to track your stress levels, which I find so interesting. Also on the app during the day, it tells you when you could be your most productive self based off your heart rate and just things that it's gathered, which I just think it's so cool how it's able to figure that out. It has AFib detection, which basically detects your heart rhythm over time. Basically, in other words, it gives you early signs of if there's possibly a problem, so you could consult your doctor, which honestly gives me a peace of mind that I know that I am taking control of my health and I know I am actually becoming healthy. I still do my annual checkups and all that type of stuff, but I just feel like this gives me an extra security of feeling healthy. I just think all the technology it has is super cool and nice to have. For example, if you finish a workout and your heart rate drops really quickly and steadily, that's a good sign of good adaptivity and cardiovascular fitness. But if your heart rate stays elevated even during rest, it could be a sign of fatigue or even stress buildup. So it's super helpful to improve your fitness or even manage burnout, which for me personally is so important, because not only does this data tell you how hard you worked out, but it also tells you how good you recovered, which is the most important thing. Because why would you work out if your body is so tired and it just needs recovery? You're not going to build anything on a tired body. So it really is important to prioritize all the rest and sleep and all the things that your ring is telling you, because how are you supposed to be your strong and best self if you're tired and your body just needs rest? I feel like this ring has helped me definitely feel more in tune with my body and just know when I need to rest and know it's okay to rest because my body actually needs it. But the fourth thing is lifestyle and wellness inside. So there are a couple key power plugs in this ring that I love and use day to day. One of the things is circadian alignment. It honestly sounds a lot more sciencey than it is, but I'm just going to break it down and tell you what I use it for. This is basically when it allows your natural body's clock to sync with your daily habits, and it kind of just tracks it all during the day, which I love and desperately need. I personally think it's basically working with your body, not against it. So basically some highlights that I just really want to mention is that this ring offers a caffeine window, which allows you to know when is the optimal time for you to drink caffeine and when you should lean off of caffeine to aid sleep. Vitamin D tracking based on your skin type and your location always tracks your UV rays, and also based on your color of skin, because based off your color of your skin is how much sunlight you should be getting and obviously your location. So I really like that because obviously the sun is a really good resource. It helps give you more energy and just has so many health benefits, and I feel like it's a really good way to track that. And even even screen time monitoring, which I personally love because sometimes I stay on my phone really late at night and it tells me, girl, get off your phone, go to bed. And I love that because I actually need that sometimes. Okay, and number 5, which is honestly my favorite, is women's health. I think this ring offers so much for women's health and just allows you to kind of figure out what part of your cycle you are in a little easier, because every morning, like I mentioned, it takes your temperature, and based off your temperature, it could determine what part of cycle you are in. It basically helps you if you're trying to have a kid. It helps you try to plan for a family by telling you when you ovulate and when's the best time to try to conceive a child, versus if you're trying not to have a child, it'll tell you how fertile you are and when not to be doing that type of stuff, you know, which I think is amazing if you're someone who just really wants to be proactive about things like that and also just really keep track of your cycle. I love how it tells you what cycle exactly you're in, and I know cycle syncing is very big nowadays, and I feel like this is the easiest way to know what part of the cycle you're in. The way that the ring tracks your cycle is basically in the app. You're able to log your period whenever you have it, and it's very easy to do. You just hit the plus button and you're able to show how long you've had your period, and you basically tell it every day what type of period you're having, if you're having a light, medium, or heavy flow, and over time gets your period so accurately. It's so amazing. I would say that goes hand in hand with the temperature, where your body's able to know when cycle is coming up. I personally love the ring for that feature. I think it's so amazing, and I love being on top of my cycle to prepare for every month when I am having my period. One of the cool features are the power plugs that this ring has. They have so many, but some of the cool features I would say are the smart alarm. It basically tracks how long you sleep for, and it slightly wakes you up based on how many sleep cycles you want and how long you want to sleep. It starts gently waking you up from your phone based off the data it collects from your ring. Another thing is social jet lag and actual jet lag, which basically tells you how changing the time you go to sleep could affect your energy and mood, which I find super helpful as well. But okay, enough yapping about the ring and its cool features. Let's get into my honest thoughts about the pros and cons about the ring, because that's what you guys came for. Obviously, this ring is very comparable to the Aura ring, and one thing I would say that this ring definitely beats Aura 100% of is the monthly subscription fees. There are no fees. There is nothing that you ever have to pay for again, and honestly, the warranty is so amazing on this ring. They even have weight loss protection if you buy it when you purchase the ring. Like, who offers that? That's insanity. But honestly, we love that Ultrahuman, because obviously with the ring you're probably going to get more into your health and you might lose weight, so I really like how they offer that for people. I really like how it's super lightweight and barely noticeable. The battery life is really good on this ring. It basically charges every 3 days. I personally charge it in the car every time I'm in there. I'm not really doing anything, so I might as well charge it then. I also take it off when I shower sometimes to charge it to give it a little bit more juice, but I basically wear it all the time. One con, and this is just personal preference, I don't like the gold that it has. It is not like a true gold, which obviously it's like plated because it's not actual gold, but I just think it's so noticeable that it's not real gold. It does scratch a little bit, but I feel like it's not too bad, but that is one thing that I think it looks a little goofy sometimes. Some cons, like I mentioned before, the step tracking, it's a little inaccurate, especially with the walking pad, and that's something that I personally don't like because I want to make sure I get my steps in, and it's really hard, especially on the walking pad, but I mean, my hands aren't moving, so I can't really blame it. A con could be that the battery life, sometimes when you use the workout feature and you track your workout during your workout, it does drain the battery a lot. But I have noticed with the new updates, the battery life has been getting better, but I would say that is one thing to look out for. I honestly think it's a very holistic wellness resource that just doesn't check your heart rate and your steps. It goes so much more into depth about your body, and it's so helpful, and it just gives you so much insight about your body and allows you to actually achieve your goals, and not even like your fitness goals, even like your work goals. It teaches you how to work with your body instead of against it. It tells you when to take caffeine to become the most productive self. It tells you all this other information to just become your best version of yourself, which I love. Overall, my final thoughts is the Ultrahuman Ring has elevated my wellness journey, and it has helped it so much. If you've been wanting to optimize your health in a deeper and more intuitive way, I highly recommend checking out the Ultrahuman Ring. So if you guys are interested in purchasing it, don't forget to use my discount code. I'll put them on the screen, and also I'll have it in the description box. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, especially if you guys enjoyed this review, and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are into lifestyle wellness content, because that's what I make on my channel, and I would love for you guys to follow along. Let me know in the comments if you guys have an Ultrahuman Ring and what your experience has been with it, or even if you have an Aura ring, like what do you think about it, and let's have a little conversation in the comments. But let me know what you guys want to see next from me, because lately I am getting back into my YouTube grind, so let me know. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.